see instantly, like as long as this thing's on. So there's our wall, and that's without the normal map and with normal map. Now, like I said, we put our normal map to the extreme, but so here's the 3D model, and I put it here, and I put the camera to solid color for a background and orthographic. Went up to it, and I told the system to take a screenshot. And then once I get a screenshot here, I've imported in, this is a sprite. So I've imported it here, and I can remove all this stuff, and I can create a sprite out of this. The other thing I want to do for lighting to make this look a lot cooler is I duplicated it, and I have another one here, and I made a color wheel here, and you can literally just do this by this guy here. I can do a normal map color wheel, and it pops this thing up. And once this thing's up, you can you can use different colors. I just got it on discrete because of the style. But think of this as a 3D map. Really, I mean, it's a normal map, and I have the same image here, right? It's a different image, but same thing. And I'm going to actually paint over the whole thing using this as a map, right? So front faces, such as this, I'm just going to go over. I'm not going to go all fancy, and I'm going to cut most of this out so you don't have to sit here and watch me paint for an hour, because that would probably be boring as fuck. So, but yeah, see, I'm going to paint all this up, but then say with like the top end, I'm going to use like the green, and and if I go out of the lines, I really don't care. It's not going to actually affect anything when it comes to the lighting in the Unity. At least nothing I've seen so far. I could be wrong about that, but I mean, I can, like, if this is the right side, so I can come down here and I can paint in here, because I want that light to hit this kind of like it's a 3D object, right? So I'm going to paint in these kind of things. Then I'm going to bring up, okay, we'll get a little bit more of the edges here. And the more detailed you want to take this, just the cooler it's going to look, right? Like this end here, I could actually come down here and paint it up a bit like that. Like I said, now this is kind of how this looks. Now, you can do this. This is, I mean, it takes a while, but I mean, you can really customize stuff. The other option though is if you have something like GIMP. If I open this thing up with GIMP, now once it opens, okay, so we have this thing here. I could literally just go filters. Where is it? There it is. Generic normal map. And I can create a normal map out of it. And I can play with the scale. I can flip things. Right, so let's go crazy with it so that we can make sure we see it good. Okay, and then I'm going to export that as a, not as a PNG though, I want it as a PSD. So we export that, shrink that down, I open my things back up, we should have a wall normal PSD file, and I say, okay, you are a normal map. And you go, whoop, non-point, hit apply. Alright, so now we have a normal map. So if we go into the wall, and I go sprite editor, and I can go click up here, and I can go secondary textures, and you can see there's, this thing here is important. So you can have mask, but we can have normal map. So we want this guy as a normal map. We hit apply. We come back over here, and you can see instantly, like as long as this thing's on. So there's our wall, and that's without the normal map and with normal map. Now we put our normal map to the extreme, but it is a way to kind of start bringing in kind of that 3D shadow effect. All right. So and this really looks great on rocks and trees and stuff. Like, it really makes things pop. But that's kind of how we could do normal maps, right? So this is, and this is, it's kind of funny because this whole thing started with a 3D model, right? You're gonna keep that in mind. So it's kind of one of those things. It's started as a 3D model, and now it's a 2D model, and it's got a normal map.